Hey guys, welcome to GTTV's continuing live coverage of E3 2011 from here at LA Live. I'm Jeff Keighley with Amanda McKay. Now we're with you for the next 5 hours online. It was a busy morning here at E3. If you missed anything, Amanda, you can give us a little scoop on what's gone down so far, right?
That's right. Of course, we had the huge Microsoft press conference. There we saw a push for Kinect support in some core games. And of course, the debut of Halo 4. Everybody is talking about that, and new Xbox Live experience with live TV is coming this fall.
That's right.
And as for EA, we saw yet more Mass Effect 3, the world debut of Insomniac's brand new game called Overstrike, and of course, everybody's talking about Battlefield 3.
Yeah, a lot of big news, but the crazy thing is there's so much more to come. We're counting down to the Ubisoft press conference in just a couple of minutes, and we'll have another pack attack leading into that. And of course, you're going to see Assassin's Creed Revelations. I actually know there are going to be a couple big announcements in the Ubisoft press conference. They have a couple games that they have not teased at all that they're going to be announcing in that briefing, and that's coming up in, I think, about 28 minutes, and you'll see that in full, uninterrupted, commercial-free on GameTrailers.com. But right now, you just saw Daniel with Casey Hudson and Commander Shepard in the first part of our exclusive Mass Effect 3 demo over on the TV side. But for those of you that have come online, we're going to deliver what we promised to you. The rest of that demo, this is an amazing level. It is Commander Shepard on Earth. You're going to see some characters that you've been waiting to see in Mass Effect 3. So let's take a look at that. Daniel, over to you.
All right, I'm back with BioWare's Casey Hudson, and for the very first time, we're heading to Earth in Mass Effect 3. Casey, take us there.
Right. Well, we've never been to the Earth in the Mass Effect series, and so this is actually a pretty big deal for us. We get to show you what the Earth is going to look like in the future, and it's not looking good. The Reapers have arrived. This is the beginning of the Galactic War.
Now, who is that with Commander Shepard then?
So up ahead is Captain Anderson. So that's an example of one of the key characters that have been in the Mass Effect series before. He's kind of your mentor, your moral compass, you know, so lots of other characters like that you might have seen in previous games are back. Pretty much all the key characters are in this game. But because this is the beginning of the Galactic Wars, this is also a really great place to start, because this is the beginning and the end of really all the biggest events in the Mass Effect universe, which, you know, I think you'll see in this scene. We're also, you know, telling this huge story, but also on a level that gets pretty intimate in terms of the emotional level we're going to.
Well, let's take a look.
Hey. It's okay.
Everyone's dying.
Come here. I need to get you someplace safe. Take my hand.
You can't help me.
Shepard! In here.
So they're going to move on up ahead, and one thing that you'll see is we're actually really integrating a lot of these things that Shepard can do and movement, things like that, into the actual cinematics of the game in a way that's pretty seamless. So Shepard is going to be moving, looking at really big events that happen, like this Reaper that's landing on the Earth. And we're going to tie in a lot of these action moments in a way that people have never seen in the Mass Effect universe before.
You mentioned this being an emotional journey before, and obviously this ties up a lot of loose ends. Talk a little bit about the difficulty in making a cohesive experience that does just that.
Well, I mean, you know, Mass Effect has these huge over-the-top moments like we're looking at right here, but it really is also about trying to make you care about these things by actually developing relationships. And so that's one of the things that we're doing more. We're really focusing on the team that you're putting together in Mass Effect 3. It is very much a war story, so it has, you know, an overall backbone to it that is aside from assembling your team. But that also is part of it, though, is developing this relationship with your squad. And for players who've been with us for a few games, they'll be able to import their character, and the decisions that they've made might actually determine, you know, even who's alive and dead, even at the beginning of Mass Effect 3.
And some new enemies we're taking a look at here as well, correct?
That's right. In Mass Effect 3, the Reapers are actually, they're working with Cerberus, which is a pro-human group. You got to figure out why that is. They're also kind of mutating a lot of different kinds of creatures. They kind of mutate them and mash them together into some pretty horrific creatures you're looking at here. And also some of the biggest enemies that we've ever had. They're you know, not just guys that can run and fight with a gun, but they get bigger and bigger. So there's some pretty amazing enemies in Mass Effect 3 as well.
You mentioned Cerberus, and obviously the Illusive Man was a very integral character to Mass Effect 2. Making a return?
That's right. The Illusive Man is behind all the stuff that Cerberus is doing, of course, so you'll be able to figure out more of that stuff as well.
Excellent. And what's happening here, Casey?
So Anderson and Shepard are looking to escape the planet somehow, trying to get to Normandy, and you know, they're fighting for their lives, but they really need to get picked up.
Right. Replicating that sense of urgency that you had in Mass Effect 2, especially during the beginning part of the game, was that difficult to try to trump what you did in Mass Effect 2, which so many people recognize as being completely epic?
Yeah, I think we knew that we wanted to start strong, and this is really the strongest, biggest opening we've ever had, and it just gets bigger and bigger from there. Mass Effect 3 has these massive moments, but again, they're really rooted in a lot of the emotion and the big payoffs. So even something like you know, just fighting it out, trying to survive, and then having the Normandy come in, you know, that's one of the things we're trying to capture, but it just gets bigger and bigger from there.
And what do we have there?
So we've got the Normandy, so it's an opportunity for Shepard now to get back together with at least some of his friends from the past.
All right, well, I know you guys delayed it recently, but there's a firm release date. When is Mass Effect 3 coming out?
Mass Effect 3 comes out March 6, 2012 on Xbox 360, PS3, and the PC.
All right, you got some familiar friends as well?
That's right. You can see Ashley there, and we've got the Normandy, so Joker's probably inside, and they're ready to go.
Very exciting. We appreciate your time so very much. Thanks for showing us Mass Effect 3. Jeff, let's go back to you.
Well, thanks very much, DK. Ashley is back. Earlier today, Insomniac Games announced their new multi-platform game, Overstrike, at the EA briefing. You saw that live here on Game Trailers. Well, last week, Amanda had the chance to visit their studio here in Los Angeles and get a behind-the-scenes look at the game with Ted Price. Let's see what she found out.
Hey, I'm here at Insomniac Games with CEO and President Ted Price, and we are finally able to talk about Overstrike. Of course, the big announcement was just made at the EA press conference. Tell us a little bit about this exciting new title.
Well, it's a brand new franchise from Insomniac, and it is a action experience featuring 4-player co-op set in a really unique spy-fi universe.
And I understand for the first time, very big news, this is not going to be PlayStation exclusive, right?
That's right. It is actually a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 game.
Now, as we saw in the trailer, we've got 4 very unique characters that are going to really have to use some creative teamwork to work together. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, this is all about using your various abilities as the different characters to support each other. And as you saw in the trailer, they are all carrying unique gadgets, but we've designed them so that as a team, you can work really well together. We have Dalton Brooks, who is our reformed mercenary, Izzy Sinclair, who's a gifted young scientist, Nia Devereaux, who's a mischievous thief, and Jacob Kimball, who is an ex-detective with a bit of a temperamental issue.
And we all come together to create chaos.
That's right.
Now, in the trailer, of course, we saw some crazy weapons and gadgets, which Insomniac is well known for. This is obviously carrying over into Overstrike?
Definitely. Crazy weapons and gadgets are really part of our DNA, as is action, as is deep storylines with strong characters, and especially humor. That's something we also want to bring to the table.
You guys serve breakfast?
What do you think Insomniac fans are going to think and say when they see this for the very first time?
Well, I think they're going to recognize that this is an Insomniac game. This has all the elements that we've been known for over the last 17 years, and we look forward to bringing it to a brand new set of gamers in a brand new franchise.
Now that you've given us a taste of this new game, we're going to want more and more info. So when can we expect some more news on this game?
Well, the best thing to do is check out overstrikegame.com for cool stuff.
Cool stuff. All right. Thank you very much. Happy E3.
Thanks.
Hi, guys. All right, so thank you so much for all of your tweets, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting here reading all of them, well, trying to, but you guys are like constantly tweeting and I'm going crazy. This is amazing. You guys had so much to say, and specifically about Mass Effect 3. You guys are all super excited. And here on Facebook, George B says, I was actually really impressed with the Kinect functionality from earlier today. Can't wait to save Earth. Colin F says, co-op mode would be super sweet if my friends could play as the teammates. Callum H says, I would really love to see more of the Earth and Reaper fleet. Nathan T on Facebook says, the scene with the kid in the air vent reminded me of the movie Aliens. That's awesome. Sean A on Facebook says, it's interesting to see how big of a scale they were going with Mass Effect 3. It's like an action movie now. And here we have on Twitter, Noami on Twitter says, Mass Effect 3 looks amazing. I love the gameplay, and I showed at EA's show. Shepard looks better than ever, and I'm extremely excited to play this with you guys. Gordling on Twitter says, Captain Anderson is such an awesome dude. It's good to see he's back. And you guys, you can join in the discussion. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter at Game Trailers and tweet us using the hashtag GTE3. And you can comment live on Facebook straight to us here at the studio. Just submit your questions and comments to our live stream, E3 Live at .gametrailers.com. Going a step away for 1 second, and when we get back, it's the Ubisoft press conference and reactions from all of our experts. Keep it here.
Whether it's from a computer, your TV, or mobile device, look no further than GameTrailers.com and GTTV on Spike. Find E3 on any device, anytime. The only place to go for the biggest moments of E3, live and in high definition, is GameTrailers.com. With continuous, uninterrupted live coverage including every major press conference, jaw-dropping demos, and exclusive interviews from the site that delivers the games that matter most. Coming up at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, Ubisoft is live in LA. We've got the breaking news. See Assassin's Creed Revelations for the first time live from the Los Angeles Theater at Ubisoft's 2011 E3 press conference. And if that wasn't enough, the day ends with the Sony press conference from the LA Sports Arena. Uncharted 3, Resistance 3, the NGP, what will Sony have in store and live on stage? All the answers are coming your way live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Game Trailers. From there, get some rest before GT powers up for Day 2 of E3 All Access Live. Tuesday morning, we're back at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific for live coverage as Nintendo unveils its new console at its 2011 E3 media briefing. Following the briefing, stay tuned to GT for an exclusive interview with Nintendo President Reggie Fils-Aimé and a full day of exclusive game demos and reveals. And remember, the coverage doesn't stop there. It's actually just the beginning. Once the show floor opens, we don't sleep. Know that Game Trailers will have hundreds of videos, demos, gameplay, trailers, and interviews posted free, in HD, and before anywhere else, 24 hours a day. Can't get to a TV or computer during E3 week? No problem. Game Trailers' presence will be felt not only on our website, but across more platforms than ever with an E3 web app for iPhone and Android, live streaming and exclusive content on Facebook, up-to-the-minute breaking news on our Twitter feed, and an iPad-optimized live streaming player. Did you get all that? Not to worry, the entire schedule of the week's events plus the domain for all E3 news, video, and media can be found at GameTrailers.com/E3. Nobody does it bigger or better. The moments that change the gaming industry happen first and only on GameTrailers.com, live at E3, broadcasting around the world.
Hey guys, welcome back to GTTV's live coverage of E3 2011. And man, we've already done 5 hours. There's so much more to go. We've got the Sony press conference, but of course, first we've got the Ubisoft press conference. We'll be talking a lot about that. That's going to be starting in, well, it looks like just about 15 minutes from now. We'll bring that to you live, uninterrupted on Spike. But Daniel is in the lounge because he got to catch up with someone pretty big in the world of sports who's here at E3 talking about a new game he's working on with Adidas and THQ. It's Daniel with Dwight Howard.
All right, thanks for joining us. Dwight, you are unveiling a new project, Adidas My Coach, here at E3 2011. Tell us all about it.
Oh, well, you know, Adidas My Coach is like a virtual game to where you're actually sitting there working out with your favorite athlete, you know, for basketball, tennis, track, you know, all the sports. You know, you're actually getting a great workout in. And it's probably one of the best video games that are out now, not just for kids, but, you know, the older generation.